Join spiritual psychologist and India's #1 biofeedback practitioner, Ritu Malhotra, as she guides you through the paths of self-discovery and personal transformation so that you can live in alignment with your values and purpose. You are listening to the Cellular Alchemist Podcast, and here's your host, Ritu Malhotra.
Hello everyone, this is the 8th in our series of pain behaviors, identifying with others' suffering. When I was thinking about this topic of identifying with another's, especially with their suffering, I thought, if we are all part of this collective consciousness, this energy that aligns everything that surrounds us, the flowers, the birds, the sea, the tides, you and me. This divine intelligence, then why do we need to identify with labels and judgments like rich or poor or single or married or Jew or Muslim? Do we just need to identify with something to feel connected? I wonder. Yet it's something to think about. In the same way, let's look at what happens when we attach ourselves to another's energy, to another's experience, to others' suffering and negativity. Say someone is in pain. We watch them, and because they are dear to us, we find it difficult to disengage and may go through some pangs of discomfort and even pain. Some part of us recognizes that it's important to stay balanced so we can remain strong enough to help and support the other. Yet a large part of us may get so enveloped in this suffering that we feel it as our own. We identify so closely that we experience the symptoms of their pain too. Now let's look at another aspect of this reaction. Remember, in this series, we are addressing pain behaviors, the ways we subconsciously use pain to mask what we are really feeling. So, what would we be masking, camouflaging, when we excessively become empathetic to another's suffering? Could it be a way to avoid our own getting better? Our own responsibility for our own life? By constantly being there and rescuing others from pain, helps us turn a blind eye to what we need to do for ourselves. What can we do to help us transform some of our own negative behaviors? This savior syndrome keeps us identifying with others' emotional pain. We need to remember that to the degree we concentrate on another's suffering, we never have to deal with our own. By taking on others' pain, two things happen. First, we deplete our own energy, of course. And second, we forget that we are not God, and that each person is on their own spiritual path, and they must travel it themselves. So feeling sympathy for someone else never made anyone better. As we liberate ourselves from our own fears, our own self-doubt or illness, we automatically give people permission to liberate themselves. On the other hand, real empathy is about compassion. Compassion means being with the suffering of another, not getting swept away ourselves. In compassion, we are simply with the person. We are not judging, fixing, solving, or rescuing. We just hold the energy of compassion. We do not take on or take in others' pain. So when in pain, our most basic need is compassion, isn't it? This is what allows us to heal. In fact, in my therapy sessions, I know that whatever may be the issue, my client is here to experience that understanding. They want someone to be able to see beyond their actions and also their intentions. Holding space, listening, loving, reflecting to the person, the strength we see in them. That is true compassion. So the next time a loved one is in pain, instead of jumping in to rescue, engage in a small act of compassion and see how much positivity it generates.
That was this week's episode for the Cellular Alchemist Podcast with spiritual psychologist Ritu Malhotra. Don't forget to follow the podcast on your listening app so that when the new episode drops, you do not miss out on the chance to change your life by changing your beliefs.